Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's plastic.
Wait, there's a hole in it. There's a hole in it over here. I'm committed, look.
You still committed?
No. Ooh, Ruby by V.C. Andrews. The only family Ruby Landry has ever known are her loving guardian, Grandmere Catherine, a Cajun spiritual healer, and her drunken grandpere, Jack. Ruby is grateful for what she has, that her life is filled with hope and promise, especially when her attraction to handsome Paul Tate blossoms into a wonderful love affair. But when Paul's wealthy parents forbid him to associate with the lowly Landry girl from the bayou, and then her grandmère dies, Ruby harnesses her pain to pursue her dream of becoming a great painter. But one day, she stumbles upon a faded photograph of her father and learns about revelations of a shocking blackmail scheme. Left to find answers on her own, Ruby hunts for her father and discovers his massive mansion in New Orleans. Subjected to his world of lies, torment, and madness, Ruby clings to her memories of Paul, knowing that only true love might save her now.
Unless he's got a horse that he can ride in to save her.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds too tame for V.C. Andrews.
There's something's going on here.
There's something. There's something.
There's a secret in this book. I don't know if I trust V.C. Andrews like that, but...
I've read one V.C. Andrews book.
Yeah.
And I wanted to strangle the mother in that one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was brilliant writing for me to want to reach into the pages
Effective
to strangle
writing,
that mother.
but still.
But at the same time, I'm just like, if there's a character like that in each of her books, I don't think I can handle it.
Not about
V.C.
it.
Andrews, yes, you are a very talented author. I will give you that. But you're for my own health reasons. To not engage in violence, I have to avoid your books.
Flowers in the Attic freaks me out. Thank you.
Now, why do you have to be admonished not to engage in violence?
Come join us if you want. Pull up a chair. Hey, we have a guest joining us. We have Phil King helping us out here. Apparently my little comment about V.C. Andrews sparked his interest. Alright, so we've got To Be Honest, This Is So Awkward, a novel in text by Lisa Greenwald.
Oh, cute.
And Cicely, Priyanka, and Gabby, CPG forever, have been BFFAE since birth. So they'd rather chat about life and their first boy-girl party without the new girl texting them all the time. They aren't exactly mean to her, but they aren't exactly nice.
Oof.
To be honest, mistakes are made. The question is, where do they go from here?
Dead Girls
Who's it by?
by Lakisa Fia.
Alright, so it's the first book in a new historical mystery series set during the Harlem Renaissance. So Harlem, 1926. Young black women like Louise Lloyd are ending up dead. Following a harrowing kidnapping ordeal when she was in her teens, Louise is doing everything she can to maintain a normal life. She's succeeding too. She spends her days working at Maggie's Cafe and her nights at the Zodiac, Harlem's hottest speakeasy. Louise's friends, especially her girlfriend Rosa Marie Marino, might say she's running from her past and the notoriety that still stalks her, but don't tell her that. When a girl turns up dead in front of the cafe, Louise is forced to confront something she's been trying to ignore. 2 other local black girls have been murdered in the past few weeks. After an altercation with a police officer gets her arrested, Louise is given an ultimatum. She can either help solve the case or wind up in a jail cell. Go ahead, get it.
Gamora and Nebula, Sisters in Arms by Mackenzie Lee. I feel like I don't really need to explain very much about this one, but Gamora arrives on Torndune, a once lush planet that has been strip-mined for the power source beneath its surface, with a mission: collect the heart of the planet. She doesn't know who sent her, why they want it, or even what the heart of a planet looks like, but as the daughter and right hand of Thanos, and one of the galaxy's most legendary warriors, her job is not to ask questions. Her job is to do what she's told, no matter the cost. What she doesn't know is that her sister, Nebula, is in hot pursuit. Nebula has followed Gamora to Torndune in hopes of claiming the planet's heart first, and shaming her sister as vengeance for the part she played in Nebula losing her arm. While Gamora falls in with a group of miners attempting to overthrow the tyrannical mining corporation that controls their lives, Nebula allies herself with the Universal Church of Truth, whose missionaries wait on every street corner to recruit more followers and tithes for the matriarch. This sounds sick, and I will be reading it. Thank you very much. I love Nebula. She is my...
The Library of the Dead by T.L. Huchu.
So
What we got here? When ghosts talk, she will listen. Ropa dropped out of school to become a ghost talker, and she now speaks to Edinburgh's dead. Oh, Edinburgh, Scotland? Yeah. And now she speaks to Edinburgh's dead, carrying messages to those who left behind. A girl's gotta earn a living, and it seems harmless enough. Until, that is, the dead begin to whisper that someone's bewitching children, leaving them husks empty of joy and life. It's in Ropa's city, so she feels honor-bound to investigate. What she learns will change her world. She'll dice with death, not part of her life plan, discovering an occult library and a taste for hidden magic. She'll also experience dark times, for Edinburgh hides a wealth of secrets, and Ropa's gonna hunt them all down.
That sounds dope.
Hang on, listen to this. The Sixth Sense meets Stranger Things. Got it? That's the dark plastic. Go paper.
Plague Year.
Oh, I think I've heard about
Plague Year. America in the time of COVID. Lawrence Wright. From the fateful first moments of the outbreak in China to the extraordinary vaccine rollout, Lawrence Wright's The Plague Year tells the story of COVID-19 in an authoritative, galvanizing detail, and with the full drama of events on both a global and an intimate scale, illuminating the medical, economic, political, and social ramifications of the pandemic. Wright takes us inside the CDC, where a first round of faulty test kits lost America's precious time, inside the halls of the White House, where Deputy National Secretary Advisor Matthew Pottinger's early alarm about the virus was met with confounding and drastically costly skepticism, into a COVID ward in a Charlottesville hospital with an idealistic young woman doctor from the town of Little Africa, South Carolina, into the precincts of prediction specialists at Goldman Sachs, inside the human body, diving deep into the science of how the virus and vaccines function, with an eye-opening detour into the history of vaccination and of the modern anti-vaccination movement. In this full accounting, Wright makes clear that the medical professionals around the country who've risked their lives to fight the virus reveal and embody an America in all its vulnerability, courage, and potential. In turn, steely-eyed, sympathetic, infuriated, unexpectedly comical, and always precise, Lawrence Wright is a formidable guide, slicing through the dense fog of misinformation to give us a 360-degree portrait of the catastrophe we thought we knew as we lived through it. Now that sounds eye-opening.
A Lowcountry Bride by Presleza Williams. Maya Jackson has worked for Laura Whitcomb Incorporated, a renowned New York City bridal gown brand, for years, and she dreams of becoming head designer. And she has the talent, she just needs to showcase her unique style. Due to an illness, Maya has always prioritized her career over her personal life, until her father fractures his hip and she returns home to Charleston, South Carolina. Although only there for a few months, she's thrilled to find an opportunity at the local bridal gown boutique, never expecting sparks to fly with its owner.
I'm sorry, did he fracture his hip sliding into third base?
Playing softball?
Yeah. There was another book with a description where someone had to go take care of their grandmother, their 80
In their small
their
hometown.
80-year-old grandmother who broke her hip sliding
Sliding
into
into
third base.
Oh, I love it.
I just kept on reading.
Any grandma that slides into third base.
Yes.
It's just awesome.
A military veteran and widowed father, Derek Sullivan hopes to save Always a Bride from bankruptcy in order to preserve his family's legacy.
That's a cute story.
Yeah. He also wants to reconnect with his estranged 12-year-old daughter, who is still recovering from the loss of her mother 3 years earlier. The last thing he needs is a relationship with a beautiful, smart, complicated woman who will be leaving soon. When Derek begins to fall for the lovely Maya, he knows there's no future. But destiny has its own plans, and these two lonely people with big hearts discover that coming home to love is the best gift life can give.
This magic moment.
Literally. This sounds really cute, though. I think I'll be reading this one, too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still need to check out the Hooked on You one.
Yeah, I do too.
Abby said it was great.
Is it me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
An Unlikely Spy by Rebecca Starford. Evelyn Varley has always been ambitious and clever. As a girl, she earned a scholarship to a prestigious academy well above her parents' means, gaining her a best friend from one of England's wealthiest families. In 1939, with an Oxford degree in hand and war looming, Evelyn finds herself recruited into an elite MI5 counterintelligence unit. A ruthless secret society seeks an alliance with Germany, and posing as a Nazi sympathizer, Evelyn must build a case to expose their treachery. But as she is drawn deeper into layers of duplicity, perhaps of her own making, some of those closest to her become embroiled in her investigation. With Evelyn's loyalties placed under extraordinary pressure, she'll face an impossible choice: save her country or the people who love her. Her decision echoes for years after the war, impacting everyone who thought they knew the real Evelyn Varley.
That sounds interesting.
Neat.
Is it based on a true story or is it a novel?
I don't
Okay.
think, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see anything that said so.
Okay.
Nope, nothing that says so. Oh, I remember reading the description for this. I want to read that one.
One Great Lie, Deb Coletti. When Charlotte wins a scholarship to a writing workshop in Venice with the charismatic and brilliant Luca Bruni, it's a dream come true. Writing is her passion, and going to that romantic and magical sinking city gives her the chance to solve a family mystery about a Venetian poet deep in their lineage, Isabella d'Angelo, who just might be the real author of a very famous poem. Bruni's villa in the eerie island of La Calamita is lush beyond belief, and the other students are both inspiring and intimidating. Venice itself is beautiful, charming, and seductive, but so is Luca Bruni. As Charlotte begins to unearth the long-lost world of Isabella with the help of a sweet and smart Italian boy named Dante, other things come to light, too. Secrets about the past and secrets about the present. What promised to be a summer filled with romance and mystery becomes something more as Charlotte confronts some deep truths about the history of powerful men and the determination of creative girls.
That sounds good.
Do you want to switch?
Yeah. Yes. Bridgerton, the Viscount who loved me. Anthony's Story by Julia Quinn. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, sorry. I'll read it. Anthony's Story. This time, the gossip columnists have it wrong. London's most elusive bachelor, Anthony Bridgerton, hasn't just decided to marry. He's even chosen a wife. The only obstacle is his intended's older sister, Kate Sheffield, the most meddlesome woman ever to grace a London ballroom. The spirited schemer is driving Anthony mad with her determination to stop the betrothal, but when he closes his eyes at night, Kate's the woman haunting his increasingly erotic dreams. Kate is quite sure that, contrary to popular belief, reformed rakes do not make the best husbands, and Anthony Bridgerton is the most wicked rogue of them all. Oh, good Lord. Kate's determined to protect her sister, but she fears her own heart is vulnerable, and when Anthony's lips touch hers, she's suddenly afraid that she might not be able to resist the reprehensible rake herself. Okay.
We're doing an unboxing video.
Yes, we are.
Jackpot. A Teddy Faye novel featuring Stone Barrington.
Yeah, I was about to.
When Peter Barrington and Ben
Right here.
Bacchetti
Checked out the secret history.
came under threat while working at a film festival abroad, Teddy Faye is lured to the glittering city of Macau to resolve the problem. He'll soon find that world of posh casinos, luxurious developments, and boundless wealth has a dark underbelly of crime and political intrigue, and that the biggest players behind the scenes may be far closer to home than anticipated. With international deals and private vendettas at stake, the villains who engineered the plot aren't about to let Teddy stand in their way. What they don't know is that this seemingly harmless film producer has more than a few tricks up his sleeve.
Ooh.
All right, the last one. Golden Girl by Elin Hilderbrand. On a perfect June day, Vivian Howe, author of 13 beach novels and mother of 3, is killed in a hit-and-run car accident while jogging near her home on Nantucket. She ascends to the beyond, where she's assigned to a person named Martha, who allows Vivi to watch what happens below for one last summer. Vivi is granted 3 nudges to change the outcome of events on Earth, and with her daughter Willa on her 3rd miscarriage, daughter Carson partying until all hours, and son Leo currently off again with his high-maintenance girlfriend, she'll have to think carefully about how to use them. From the beyond, Vivi watches the chief, Ed Capinash, investigate her death, but her greatest worry is her final book, which contains a secret from her youth that could be disastrous for her reputation. When hidden truths come to light, Vivi's family will have to sort out their past and present mistakes, with or without a nudge from above, while Vivi finally lets them grow without her. With all of Elin Hilderbrand's trademark beach scenes, mouth-watering meals, and picture-perfect homes, plus a heartfelt message, the people we lose never really leave us. Golden Girl is a beach book unlike any other. This sounds really cool, actually. I'm interested in reading this.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.